Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. Husam X Tom Little is upon us. Husam is always late. Husam is always late. Where's Tom? Where's Tom? Chat, see? Tom's not here. I swear to you, Tom's not here. Here, there's no one in the background. I can share a screen and show you all right now that there is no one in the background as well. Here, look at this right here. Look at this right here. Look at this. Oh, he just joined. Anyway, so joining us on the stream finally, after only being 45 minutes late, is man like Tom Little. How you doing, Tom?
Hello, mate.
I heard him saying that he said, I was surprised for going in. He's incredible boy. Wonderful. I'm not sure, I don't hear that, but people told me that the crowd was already singing his name. It's just great.
Jürgen, mate, I love you, but it's time to go.
Gotta mix these packs and potions, no peace till I put a sim in a burner. I'm on a block like Werner, back road Laker, fully paid bro, I'm an earner. If I pass, I'm a head top turner, them elders are washed like Sammy Kadira, and they should start calling me uncle, because when I speak on these beats, they get murdered. Bam, 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 bam!
Bam, 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 bam! How you doing, Tom?
Any need? I'm good, mate, I'm good. I've not really been thinking about Liverpool. So
There you are.
I've been very positive. I've been, the world, the weather's been quite nice recently. Been enjoying that. I enjoyed the North London derby. That was a good game of football to watch, especially now that I didn't have a horse in the race. I just got to enjoy a game of football. It was lovely.
Who do you want to win the league? Want, not think.
Man City.
Why?
Because I can deal with the summer of Man City winning the league. I hear nothing about it. I cannot, in my heart of hearts, deal with the summer of Arsenal fans trying to run fucking narratives of Mikel Arteta is as good as Jurgen Klopp because he's won one Premier League and Jurgen Klopp only won one Premier League. If Pep wins it, Pep just wins it. It is what it is. If anything, Pep winning it makes our one look better because we were the only guys to stop this league becoming a fucking farmers league.
My only logic, Tom, is as follows. My logic is forget the fans, but just from a club perspective, I don't want anyone winning 4 in a row. Fair enough?
It's irrelevant to me. If they win 4 in a row, they win 4 in a row.
It's not irrelevant because we've got 3 in a row.
Yeah, but so the United, so like a couple other clubs have 3 in a row. It's not like we're the only ones who hold it.
3 biggest clubs.
Yeah, but we're not the only ones who hold it, so it's not really something that matters to me. I've always been more of a European legacy kind of thing anyway. If City got close to affecting European legacy, I'd be a lot more worried, and I'd be willing to accept Arsenal winning then. But domestically, they're still miles behind us in terms of totals won. I cannot be arsed dealing with debates about Arteta being on the level of Klopp, so City can do me a job, and then Arnie Slot wins 3 in a row, and I'm a sound.
Oh my God. I listen, for me, it's not about the fan base, it's about the institution. That's the worst part. The fact that City in a period of 15 years, listen, for me, everyone knows. North London forever, whatever the weather.
Well,
these streets are own.
You can enjoy these lovely brain dead debates on Alahwa and A-listers.
Bro, they can say, okay,
like that.
Tom, do you believe that Jurgen Klopp's Premier League legacy is like unsurpassable?
No.
Yeah, I think it is unsurpassable too. So that's why it doesn't bother me. No, like at the end of the day, even if, factually speaking, if Arteta wins 2 Premier Leagues, then yes, he can talk to Klopp. And like, how's that a big deal? That's the thing that I don't get. Why do we always make it like Jurgen Klopp factually has won 1 Premier League and 1 Champions League, so his legacy yes is surpassable. So who gives a shit?
So what's bigger then? 1 Premier League and 1 Champions League, or 2 Premier Leagues?
No, but that's not the point. I'm saying...
I'm just a genuine question then. If you
of course the Champions League and the Premier League is better. Of course the Champions League and the Premier League is better, 100%. My point is as follows. Let's say insert random manager. Tom Little becomes Chelsea's manager tomorrow. In a period of 3 years or 2 Prems and a Champs or whatever. At the end of the day, Klopp's legacy is surpassable. It's not like it's Ferguson who has 13 or like, or Bob Paisley or Pep Guardiola or like the greats of the sport. It's like you can surpass it. That's my point. That's why for me, Arteta surpassing Klopp's legacy. I'm not gonna sit up here and make it my thing. Like, you know, people want to have that conversation. They can have it. For me, I'd rather Arsenal win it. In the chat, let us know who you would rather win this league. If you're a Liverpool fan. Anyway, make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to This Is Football if you're ready to do so. Andrew, we see your super chat, and we're gonna actually start with that topic. Everyone, please right now hit the like button and subscribe. You bunch of Darwin Nunez. Today I saw another compilation that like made my blood boil. Low-key, I want to play it on the stream right now, but I don't know if we will get copyright infringement. You get me, blood, because we could get copyrighted, you know. But at the end of the day, bro, some of the stuff that I've seen from this Darwin Nunez kid, honestly, like, you remember the 1 minute 30-second compilation I played you guys yesterday? There's another version of it that's 2 minutes and 10 seconds long that includes the latest ones as well, with Diaz and with Nunez. Bro, if I speak, I am in massive trouble. I'm in big trouble if I speak, to be honest with you. Anyways, Habibis, 332 people in here. Let's get to 100 likes ASAP. Let me show you guys how to do it. This is you watching us. I want you guys to just hit this X button right here and hit this like button right here. This like button right here, it helps the channel grow, helps us get to our target, which is 30k subscribers from now to the end of the season. I have no idea where Tom's gone. Very unprofessional, but we should start anyway. So, big up to Andrew, who's asking this question, which I'm going to keep on the screen. Big up to you, Andrew. Andrew, you really have supported the channel a lot lately, and I appreciate it so much, my brother. Like, you've always been backing us. You've always been supporting us, and that doesn't go unnoticed, habibi. Only 3 managers have won every trophy in the Prem. Klopp, Pep, Sir Alex Ferguson. Jack, I understand. Just listen to my logic. Tom's logic, and a lot of people's logic, is as follows. I don't want Arsenal fans to sit up here and talk about Arteta and Klopp's legacy, blah, blah. Yeah, but Jack, factually, that legacy conversation with Jurgen Klopp is going to be had, whether it be with Arteta or with anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
The point is, it's not like he's protected like a Ferguson, or like, you know, he has 13 league titles and whatever. Like, at the end of the day, he's not going to, like, you can surpass Klopp's legacy, bro, is my point.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying, Jack? I'm saying it's surpassable, you know? So, like,
selfishly though, I don't want Arteta to do it whilst Klopp's in the league.
That's fair. I hear that.
If next year it's the same situation, I've probably got no problem with Arsenal winning it next year. But whilst Klopp is in the league, I don't want it to happen.
Bundesliga, Manchester City got a new ownership, and in a period of 15 years destroyed English football. Like, absolutely ruined every single record. The Liverpool record is gone. The Arsenal record is gone. The United record is gone. Trebles, everything. Like, that's my point. Big up to Katsande and Salman. You get me for the...
Yeah, but I do also kind of think that's partly down to the fact they've got Pep Guardiola in. Like, we saw what they were like when they were getting bang average managers, or managers who weren't Pep. It was a little bit average. I feel that, don't get me wrong, Pep has benefited massively from the setup at City, but he is also Pep Guardiola. The only manager,
you know, both clubs kind of manage.
Both
clubs kind of manage the correct club, because I feel like if Jurgen Klopp was the manager at City, Fabian Delph would still be there. Type shit.
Yeah. But Klopp, I said it on Mo's stream, I think. Pep Guardiola's a ceiling raiser for a football club. You give him a great squad.
Like the channel we like over here.
Yeah. Big ups to Mo. And MHF as well, even though I've not been on there yet. Big ups to MHF. Make sure you're subscribing to MHF. Daily content as well.
Who's been on MHF? Can you tell the whole world? Me and Mo?
You and Mum. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm hoping I am reserved for the first special guest, by the way.
You know what? I'll try my best. I've only got you on the Back Again podcast, and I've only gotten you a superstar role here, and I've only gotten you a superstar role on Footy Judge Mo, where you're now going to build a brand together. You get me? I've only done all that for you, Tom. So I haven't done fuck all for Tom Little. No. You know, my brother.
But no, Pep's the ultimate ceiling raiser for a football club. Give him a good squad, and the right situation, he'll turn that squad into a great squad, one that breaks all sorts of records. Klopp is a floor raiser. He can turn a shit squad and make them into a very good squad that can compete with that elite squad, but not for the whole period of time. It will have a spell where it can do, where everything clicks. But what he can do is take... Could Pep do what Klopp does? I don't know. Could Klopp do what Pep does? I don't know. Because they've never been in them situations. I think
I
that
hear what
it
you're
doesn't
saying,
work in
but
strengths.
me and you both know why this Liverpool empire went to the shits anyway. But listen, I said at the end of the season I'm gonna have a special where I just talk about this whole Liverpool thing going to the shits, and we're gonna 400 people in here. Let's get the likes up. Let's subscribe. Let's do all of that good stuff. And of course, brother Tom Little, there is a big topic on our hands. You know, my brother Andrew has already asked it. Michael Edwards, Mo Salah, you know, all of that good stuff. What do you say, Tom, of this whole situation over the last 48 hours?
Very good. Very good. Michael Edwards is a smart footballing man. Michael Edwards knew that going into the period of the biggest upheaval that this football club has had in 9 years, selling your only consistent forward and keeping Donkey and Puss in Boots and Gingerbread Man and Mr. Pinocchio from Shrek as your front line is not going to work. You need the consistent guy who has won 3 Premier League Golden Boots, 2 Premier League Player of the Years, still creates. Is it time to maybe consider his role in the team? I think it's time to move him up front. Yes, I think it's time to do that. But it was a no-brainer that you should have kept him. And we had to do everything we could to keep him and tie him down to a new deal, because people said, oh, take the money and reinvest it. And I always ask, who do you replace Mo Salah with? And the answer I get back is, I'm not a scout. I'm not paid by Liverpool to do it. But you feel like in a situation to say we should sell him and just take the money. No, that's not how it works. You got to look at it. Salah is the guy to keep in that attack. Without Salah scored 51% of our goals at the start of the season before AFCON. That's mental. If he didn't have Donkey and Puss in Boots up front, wasting all the big chances he's created, we'd be talking about a guy
Can I
potentially
understand who's
breaking.
Puss in Boots? Because I know who Donkey is.
Donkey's Nunez, Puss in Boots is Diaz, dead fancy, but doesn't really have end product. Gingerbread Man is Jota because he's injured all the time. And Pinocchio is Gakpo. Never really gets the opportunities and is very gangly.
Okay,
That's
but one
it.
second. But why is Diaz Puss in Boots again? I actually want to understand.
All show, no end product. He's all like fancy and everything with his flicks and tricks. He's got like he looks dead good while doing stuff, but ultimately you don't really see him do much in the end. It's always the other guys who pick up the slack. So
fair enough.
I just look at it like you had to keep Salah. There's certain players who have to stay, and bear in mind, I also don't think that this necessarily means Salah's 100% staying. This could just be what Michael Edwards does in terms of upping the value, even though we're in the last year of the deal, making sure that value remains. On the same way, it could be Michael Edwards just saying all this and going, yes, this is exactly what I want. And I hope that is the case. You might disagree with me in terms of I think he needs to move up front. Some people have been saying he should be at the 10, but I don't think that's the correct spot to be in at this point in his career. Because ultimately, as a 10 nowadays, you've got to lead the press. I want Salah to go up front to do less running, to preserve his body a little bit more and just focus on the goal scoring and everything. So, in my opinion, that's the idea of keeping Salah is 100% an Edwards and a Hughes thing, and it's the right way to be. I never at any point agreed with selling Salah. You don't, because everyone says,
except when you've done it on Twitter to get some money.
Yeah, to bring in some money. But deep down on YouTube, where my true opinions are, you knew I never wanted him to leave. By the way, subscribe to the YouTube if you want true opinions. Fucking hell, doing all the plugs today. But
Tom Little is in the title chat.
See, look at that. My guy Husam looking after me. I've lost where I was. But yeah, I don't know if you agree with me about him going up front, but I think that's where his career is now. As that striker at the point of the 4-2-3-1 that Slot's going to bring in. And bring in wingers who can, win one-on-ones against the fullbacks in terms of dribbling and creating chances, and funnel everything towards Salah and Jota, whichever one's up front in that game. That's how I think it should be now. I think Salah on the right, especially when you look at what Arne Slot wants from a winger, it's probably not the spot to be in. And I mean, I've seen some of the names people have suggested as a replacement for Salah, i.e. Mohamed Kudus, the man with 1 league goal in 2024, or Michael Olise, the man who has like 14 goals in the Premier League in his whole career. And we want to replace Mohamed Salah with that. It's not how it works, people. Salah is the only consistent guy you've got. You don't get rid of him now. You don't get rid of him as you're going through upheaval. I also think you don't get rid of Van Dijk and you don't get rid of Trent. You want to move players on, you move on Diaz, you move on Robertson, you move on potentially Nunez. You look at who else in that squad you could move on, but you don't move on the only guys who at the start of the season turned up for you. And are the reason that we're in this spot, and everyone trying to get on his back now and say, oh, he's been bad in the last 7-8 games. I then ask you, who has been good in the last 7-8 games?
Do you think they've exaggerated the shit out of how bad he's been and stuff like that?
Because you know what it is, Sam? I could twist this with a lot of players. Did you know that we only started dropping points when Alisson came back and Kelleher was dropped? But so should we just sell Alisson? He's washed, he's finished. Is that what we should do now? He's a finished goal.
Low key, that's true as well, because Alisson came back and we started dropping points. That's true. Factually.
Konate's come in recently. Haven't looked very good defensively. Maybe he's a washed defender. Trent's come back in at right back, replaced Bradley, started dropping points. Maybe Bradley's the guy at right back for the next 10 years. And Trent should be moved on while so we can still get some money for him. Have you noticed how flawed that argument is? You know who's been dropped out of the team recently? Joe Gomez from left back. You know where we've been shit? Left back. Maybe Joe Gomez at left back was the future all along. Have you noticed how I can just twist narratives in any way I want to get any desired outcome I want? That's what people are doing with Salah. Salah has still been the best attacker out of the front three. Diaz gives you moments, but I will always say with a forward. Always say with a forward. I do not care if you are fancy on the ball. Give me end product. There is a reason why 100 times out of 100, I take a Trossard over a Diaz, or a Jota over a Diaz, or a Bowen over a Diaz. Do they look good on the eye? No. Jota barely knows his left from his right at times. Jared Bowen at points looks so stiff dribbling. Trossard can barely wait to pass at points. But you know what it is? They score goals. They get assists. They turn up when you need to most. That's what front threes are. That's what our best front three was. As much as we like to remember the good parts of Sadio Mane, Mane also had points where he couldn't dribble.
I love that
where it looked like it would bounce off him. But he was so effective. Because that's what you need.
You know what's really funny? The Mane revisionism has genuinely been the thing that's irritated me the most.
It happens every time, though, Husam. We know.
You know what it is? I've actually told people the issue with the Sadio Mane conversation is as follows: they all switch on YouTube, they go to their phone when they wake up, and all they see is notifications of Mo Salah this, Mo Salah that, Mo Salah this, Mo Salah that, and I feel like all the conversations are just Americanized conversations with buzzwords and shit like, oh my God, Mo Salah never turns up. Oh my God, where are you when your team needs you? My issue is, essentially what's happened is as follows. Basically, the likes of okay, let's assume next game against Spurs at home, right? Mm-hmm. Let's assume for the sake of argument, Kwanzaa scores 3 own goals. Okay, mm-hmm. Let's assume for the sake of argument, Kwanzaa scores 3 own goals.
Hey, at least you scored 3 goals.
No, hear me out. Kwanzaa scores 3 own goals, but then someone goes on YouTube and goes like, why hasn't Virgil van Dijk stepped up when Liverpool needed him? That's how it sounds to me. That's how it sounds to me, because when I look at the position that Liverpool Football Club are in currently, I cannot go like, you know who's the reason why we're here? Mo Salah's the reason why we're here. Like, that has never came across my mind ever. And it's not because of like, oh my God, this guy never calls Salah. I do. But the factual information is Mo Salah's been bad, like 3-4 games? Nunez and Diaz have been bad for 2 years now.
I say you can go at Salah's last 6-7 games. He's not played well. But then I always ask who has played well. You can fairly criticise Salah and say he's not played well recently. But then you should also fairly criticise Diaz, Nunez, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Jones, Trent, Robertson, Van Dijk, Kanate, Quansah, Alisson, and go, which of yous has played well?
Yeah.
And then you start to struggle and get to, oh, well, not really anyone. So then how can I single someone out for that?
And you know what's funny? The Everton game, where you could say it was like quote unquote officially all over. That's the one game where I actually took a step back and went like, you know what? The entire 11 have been crap.
And even then,
I'm
in
actually
that
serious.
game,
That's the first time I actually took a step back and was
yeah.
like, you know what? All 11 were just shit.
Oh, yeah. But also in that game, Donkey fucked it up again. Let's bear in mind, Donkey had a couple good chances and Donkey missed. And
So I
Puss in
love
Boots
this
had a
some
couple
little
good
villain
chances
art
and
from
Puss in
Nunez,
Boots
bro.
missed.
Okay, welcome to the party, habibi.
No, the thing is, Nunez still gives me stuff. But when I look at Nunez, he is just Donkey from Shrek. He's comedic relief. That's what he is. He runs hard. He gives me something. He's the guy you want on your team because he gives you intangibles. But in the big moments, I'm not turning to Donkey in the big fight against, the villains of the story. I'm not turning to Donkey to save Princess Fiona. No, because Donkey won't do it. Donkey's too busy getting it on with the dragon. That's what he's doing. He's too busy being funny, drawing horses. I have to turn to my other guys to do that because in the big games where I need it, Darwin Nunez has not saved me. He's missed chance after chance after chance. There's only so much I can accept. There is only so much I can accept. There's a lot I like about Nunez, but there's only so much I can accept. We did pay a lot of money for you. It was a turn to you where we need to look at you and go, right, what are we going to get from you now? And everyone saying that, he just needs this new manager coming in. I've not seen a bigger Darwin Nunez advocate than Jurgen Klopp. That man put effectively a season to rest to buy Darwin Nunez and to bring him in. He wasted the entirety of last season to ensure he had Nunez. Arne Slot is not going to be as big of a Darwin Nunez fan as Jurgen Klopp is. So therefore, the novelty is going to wear off.
We got the initial, like at the start that we got, where it's like, what's it called? Remember at the start when, as soon as it happened, they were like, Darwin Nunez has lost his biggest ally. I feel like that's actually a truth. That's not a lie.
Also, how is Arne Slot going to give Darwin Nunez brain cells? How is he going to make Nunez is going to be like 25 next year? When's he going to learn how to make correct decisions? I got asked this, and I'm going to ask you, Husam. When was the last time Darwin Nunez was put in front of goal in like a one-on-one or something, and he made the correct decision? He chose the correct finish.
I actually cannot give you a genuine answer.
Do you want to know the one I had to go down to? Do you want to know the last game I had to go down to? Bournemouth on the 21st of January.
There you are.
That was the last league game I can remember where he made the correct decision in front of goal, where he slid it bottom right corner. I've seen that lot. Right, the Brentford lob was the incorrect decision. It was Michael Owen said it, and everyone moaned at him, but Michael Owen was correct. All you have to do is take it round the goalkeeper or slide into the bottom corner, not chip the fucking goalkeeper. That is the incorrect decision. Just because it came off doesn't mean it was the correct decision. No, it was an incorrect decision. It's not the smart finish. And you look at all the ones he's missed. He blasts it when he should place it. He places it when he should blast it. How is he going to all of a sudden learn all this? If he does, it's the biggest U-turn I've ever seen from a footballer. But I've seen no inclination in the past 2 years of him being at the football club that he's going to learn these things. And when all our chances, when we are sacrificing Mo Salah's game, when we are sacrificing certain players' games in this team to push Nunez to be the goal scorer, to funnel chances towards Darwin Nunez, and he's missing them, I have a right to be annoyed. I have a right to sit there and criticise. And anyone who's just sitting there going, "Oh, stop being mean to him. He's a professional footballer." I'm not having a go at him as the person. I want him as the footballer to be better for my team. Otherwise, he is a net negative for my team. Did you notice how this season our best front threes have arguably not included him or have been him off the bench?
Yeah.
If you were to ask me my best front three for Liverpool, it's Salah, Gakpo, Jota. That was still my best front three at the start of the season. Nunez has spare to form, but the problems are still.
That was actually
deeper
my
than
best
usual
front
with
three
him.
as well. But for me, it just had Gakpo down the middle, basically.
Yeah. Whatever combination of that you wanted, that is the best front three Liverpool have. It is the most technically sound front three they have. It is the smartest front three they have. Diaz can give you something off the bench. Nunez can give you something off the bench. And so everyone's saying, "Oh, he's not supposed to be the main guy." Why would we spend 80 million quid and throw away a season for someone who we can't look at to be the main guy? That's a bad decision. And the one thing Edwards is going to do is rectify bad decisions. I ask everyone this: in that summer, would Michael Edwards have bought Darwin Nunez?
The answer is no.
That therefore.
By the
he was not
way, me
smart
and Tom, we had this conversation. Thing is, one thing I like about you, Tom, is you eventually turn. Like, you know, there's still people to this very second who still want Darwin Nunez at Liverpool Football Club. Those are the ones that I just cannot help. You are a fraud.
I think he might stay. Don't we not? I think he might stay.
Yeah, but then it's the wrong decision. We can call out the club when they make wrong decisions.
No, but the issue is, and I feel like people forget this, to sell someone, there needs to be a club that wants to buy him. And we need to get a decent amount of money back. As much as Nunez has annoyed me this season, and as much as I think that he has played a part in...
Do you actually believe that we can't find the... we cannot find the...
I don't believe we're going to get a good enough offer for him to where our recruitment staff sell him.
Tom, I hate when people say this. Are you looking at this from like Husam and Tom Little's perspective, or are you looking at it from a clubs in Europe perspective? Because those are two completely different arguments.
I'm looking at it from a Liverpool perspective, where they will only accept probably 60 million above. Are we going to get an offer of 60 million?
I'm going to be honest with you. I think we could sell Darwin Nunez with ease. Because here's the thing. You know what works in our favor? I'll tell you what works in our favor. The striker market, it smells. So that works in our favor. That's the first thing that works in our favor. The second thing that works in our favor is right now, we have to look as well at how clubs view the player. As an example, you've just called Luis Diaz Puss in Boots. That's fine. That's fair. I have no problem with you saying that. But at the end of the day, that's not how European clubs would view them. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're not looking at Luis Diaz and going like, hey, look at Puss in Boots. That's not what they're looking at, you know? And for me, I'm just looking at the situation. And he's like, look, at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, he's Uruguay's number 9. So he has some form of market. You know, he's Uruguay's number 9. It's not like he has he's an unknown random guy, you know. And you can help get the guy gone. Now, there's something that I just wanted to play. I'm letting Tom express himself, you know, because there's a compilation I want myself and Tom to react to live that I've gotten ready. And this time, don't worry, I've zoomed in. Chat, please hit the like button and subscribe for the Sell Mo Salah compilation. This right here proves 100% that we should be selling Mo Salah. There is without any doubt that that's the guy that we should be selling. So I am with you guys. You get me? Let's sell Mo Salah. Actually, this layout is dreadful, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah, I mean, are you sure you can play this without being copyrighted?
Yeah, don't worry about it. I just have to pause and shit. Let me try a different layout. That's even worse. Try a different layout. This one's fair, right?
Yeah, that one works.
Yeah, this one's not that bad. Anyway, so guys, let's watch a compilation that proves to the whole world that it's definitely Mo Salah that we should be selling. So everyone enjoy watching, you know, and me and Tom will be commentating on this. The commentary has been muted, as you can see. So let's just watch this together. Notice here, Mo Salah, the guy who cannot pass, cannot play make, cannot do anything, and he never turns up. And
I also like that clip because it backs up my argument that Salah can play up front. Everyone worries about back to goal Salah. He holds off the defender perfectly fine there and plays it into someone. And then shock horror, Darwin Nunez makes the incorrect decision.
And by the way, this is even worse than the one I played yesterday. You know, I played one for 1:30. This one's 2 minutes long. It includes everything. Here, one here. This is the first one, right? Look at this. Mo Salah never turns up in the big games. Mo Salah never turns up, Husam. Oh, this is only Manchester City. This is only Manchester. You know what? I have an idea. Let me just shift. Let me just do something quickly. Let me just, you know, take Tom alone and put Tom in a different place. How can I? Actually, no, it's making us stick together, basically.
It's actually quite alarming that I know exactly what's going to happen in this clip. I've seen all of these clips before, and they don't get any easier on the rewatch.
Yeah, let me just shift us to the left instead. Okay. So here you guys see the guy that we should sell. Oh, watch, it's against Manchester City. Look, enjoy. Look. Oh, guess who's missed again? Oh, guess who's missed again, guys? He's been our best player. He's been our best player in the last month. Our best forward has been Luis Diaz over the last month because he dribbles. He dribbles. You know, he's been our best player, chat, because he dribbles. Salah never turns up in the big game. Oh, look, it's another big game. Oh, look, it's Arsenal. Oh, look, he plays the correct pass, and Trent misses the chance here. But Trent is a right back, so you can forgive him because he's a right back. It's fine. We cannot cry about it. Next game right here, Tom. Here, see? The big games that Mo Salah never turns up in. This is the big games that he never turns up in. Here, Old Trafford away from home. Here. That's a fantastic save from Onana, but that's beside the point. Once again, the most dangerous chance created in the whole game. Fulham at home. Yes. Nope. Post. Bar. Straight to the goalkeeper, man. A.K.A. Darweezy. You just got Darweezy'd. Oh, Luton. Oh, Mo Salah was crap that game. There you are. Convince me that you wouldn't score this, Tom.
Oh, no, it's a pretty simple finish.
Would you score this, Tom?
Probably, yeah. I certainly wouldn't put it into that advertising hoarding, the Noble Solicitors one. Where does Darwin Nunez put it?
Oh, let's watch together. Oh, yeah, he puts it at the board. Hey, look at this. Look at the guy that... Guys, yesterday Don on the Football Terrace was stating that Mo Salah without GNA is nothing. Watch this. Tell me right now which player in the whole league can make this pass. Name them, Tom. Give me players in the entirety of the league that can. I named 2 yesterday. 3 at a push.
Kevin De Bruyne can play that pass. Trent Alexander-Arnold can play that pass.
Yes.
Probably
one more at City. Think.
Maybe Bernardo.
I'd say maybe Foden, to be fair.
Foden, yeah. I think Bernardo and Foden are like players that could do it. I wouldn't put Foden on the same level as a Trent and a De Bruyne, but yeah, they could make that pass. I think also and Odegaard as well. Odegaard as well could play that pass.
How can I explain to my child that I want to make him a football player that Mo Salah has played a pass through 4 Spurs defenders straight into Luis Diaz and the goalkeeper, and this is the guy that they want to sell? Watch this. Explain this to me.
Why do the part I never get about this one? Why does Diaz slide at it? Why doesn't he just stay on his feet, let it run across body, and put it bottom right corner? Or fire it, because he's actually better at this. Let it come across body, take a touch, and fire it back across goal instead of sliding at it and then not getting a good enough connection. That's the part that annoys me.
I have no idea why. I'm with you, Tom. Here, see? Why does Mo Salah never pass? Look at this. Look, this one right here epitomizes Darwin Nunez's Liverpool career. Mo Salah creates the best. Look at this. Yeah, what more do you want me to do? If I'm Mo Salah, what more should I do? Tell me. I'm literally putting it straight at the goal. Like, it's you and the keeper, Habibi. What more you want? Newcastle at home. Nope, never mind. Newcastle at home again. Mo Salah never passes, remember? That was one of the allegations. Watch the space. Look where he is. Like, you know what's pissing me off about this keep Darwin Nunez stuff? All of his misses are literally from the 6-yard box.
I'm just not enjoying this watch. It's actually quite a painful watch. Watching how many fucking chances we've missed.
Misses from the penalty box and misses from the 6-yard box. You know how embarrassing it is.
It's funny because Nunez outside the box is really good. He gets his shots on target. Sometimes puts them in the top corner. Nunez inside the box, it's actually confusing.
Look at this shit right here, man. Every time. See, again. Yep, chance missed. This is the guy that can't create, can't dribble. Look at this. Look at this right here. Once again, bro. Once again, it's just the same. This is why This one right here, fantastic. This is prime example here of this guy is creating chances with his head. Look at the quality of this pass with the head. Thank you, Leighton. Leighton, me and you have had run-ins. Me and you have gotten clipped up on Twitter. They clipped up me speaking badly to you, and I apologize. It was heat of the moment. But even you are saying this because at this point you're right. This is automatic, brother. Mo Salah just created the chance with his head, FYI. Look at this. Look at this right here. How can I tell anyone in the world that this wasn't a goal? How? There you are. And you know what's the worst part? He even misses the target. Even misses the target, brother. Here, Mo Salah never turns up in the big game, right?
This one's a little bit of a harsh one to have as a big chance missed, I feel. But I know what's going on. I feel this is a little bit of a harsh one to have as a big chance missed, but it's still a good delivery. I think this is just a chance. And it's one of his better attempts.
But you know why? But you know, Tom, why this is potent in this specific debate? Because people have fully convinced the world that Mo Salah never turns up in the big game. In this game at the Etihad, he got an assist and he created our most dangerous chance. Here, like what? Like okay, you're saying it's harsh, but what more can the guy do? Like
no, I'm not saying Salah deserves blame. I'm saying it's harsh that Nunez is getting. This isn't one which I look at Nunez and go, "Oh, that's a poor miss." That. She rolled that.
Here, Luton, the Luton game. Remember when they were like, "Oh, Mo Salah plays just as badly as Darwin Nunez." It wasn't just the one where he hit the noble solicitors. Watch this. Watch this right here. Yalla. Here. What more you want? Perfectly weighted pass straight into the path of Darwin Nunez. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna smash it straight at Kaminsky. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna smash it straight at Kaminsky. That's what I'm gonna do. And here, there's the 30 seconds that weren't there yesterday. Let's watch this. See, remember, guys, Mo Salah never passes. Mo Salah never passes. Watch this. Watch.
How the fuck does Nunez have 2 of these in a season in the same competition, by the way?
Have you seen that?
How has he missed it? How has he missed the same chance twice in the same competition?
Here's Mo that never turns up.
This is another one which I think is harsh. No, not that one. It's the next one. Oh, there's another one in that game which people use. That, by the way, this is the first chance that Joss is in. Again, another one which is a little bit harsh because Martinez gets a touch. So I think Nunez scores that if Martinez doesn't get that touch.
This is against Spurs away, by the way. Remember, Mo Salah
he scores this one.
Yeah, I know Diaz scored that one, and it should have been given, but that's besides the point. Point is the guy has created.
Was that Van de Very bodied?
This is the one, Tom. This is the one that's gonna trigger and rattle you. Remember how Mo Salah never turns up in the run-in? Remember. Watch this. Watch this.
Why is he passed? What is his thing? Why is he not?
Guys, let's guess where this ball ends up. Let's guess. You know, I'm actually going to remove me on top of the screen. Let's guess where this ball ends up, chat.
If you know what the thing is, Husam? You know what the thing is with this one? If you were to put like an X where the ball ends up, it'd look like one of them fucking. You ever seen them like really clickbait thumbnails on YouTube?
Guess where the ball ends with the X. Yep.
No, it's like one of them really clickbait thumbnails on YouTube. Where you're like, that can't have happened. How's the ball end up there? That's what it's like at times.
Watch this. Watch. There you are. How, brother? How? From here, do you give the ball to Diego Dallo? How? Like, explain it to me here. I'm going to pause frame here. Somehow, guys, we have to tell the whole world that this ended up with Diego Dallo. How? Explain this to me, please. Explain, guys. Explain how it ends from here on Diego Dallo. How? It's simple math, simple physics, just simple everything. Just simple everything. I need an explanation how this ends from this frame right here. Here, Tom. How does it end? Look where Diego Dallo is. You see the number 20? I'm going to zoom in even further. A point. I'm going to zoom in even more. Actually, it doesn't even allow us to zoom in anymore. How does it end up here on the number 20? How? How is
Your
it
guess is as good
possible?
as mine, mate. Your guess is as good as mine.
Look, bro, come on. Bro, I swear to you, you know what it is, chat? It's getting to the stage where it's like, if it's Diaz or Nunez you're defending, you're genuinely just delusional. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, chat. If you're actually defending any of those two,
Mohamed Salah did not play a game for Liverpool from the 1st of January. No, he played one game from the 1st of January to the 1st of April. Mohamed Salah still has the most big chances created in the Premier League. I done a compilation before the Newcastle game, so it probably needs to be updated now. But before the Newcastle game, Liverpool had missed each of the last 9 big chances Mohamed Salah had created. Each of the last 9.
Honestly, I have no worries. Let me just do these super chats before we
we
carry on.
scored 3 out the first 5 and then missed the next 9. I think it was mental.
It's pathetic, Tom. Let me just do these super chats before we carry on. Let's address them before we carry on with this conversation. By the way, if anyone has any rebuttal, let us know in the chat. And if your rebuttal is Mo Salah's been bad after AFCON, then we've already addressed that. Big up to Gaganik, who says, if we agree that Jurgen Klopp's stubbornness to proactively change things tactically until shit hits the fan and it became a resurrection job was his downfall, can you put him in the Mount Rushmore of managers in this era? I don't think it's... But here's the thing, though. This is where me and you fundamentally disagree, Gagandeep. I don't think it's Jurgen Klopp tactically. I actually don't think it's a tactical issue. Because forget Everton and West Ham, that's when the team fully gave up. Crystal Palace, Manchester United, Manchester City, all the games that we quote-unquote dropped points in the run-in, we were by far the better team. And we by far created the more dangerous chances. Look, here's my logic is as follows, right? My logic is as follows when defending Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp's job is to put the team in the best possible position to win a game of football, whether it be by chance creation or by tactics or whatever. It is not Jurgen Klopp's job to go on the pitch and score the chances that we've just played for you guys. At the end of the day, Mo Salah came on, created the chance for Diaz against Manchester City. Boom, miss. Like, what can we do? Like, I don't think it's tactical adjustment. And by the way, Mount Rushmore is only 4 people, which Klopp isn't on anyway. Klopp isn't on that anyway. Mourinho, Wenger, Ferguson, and Pep, unfortunately. That's the reality. Big up to you, my guy. And big up to Ashraf, says, big up legends. Salah's the most important player. However, his form has been way off for a while. This is what Mr. Clinical and the rest who are triggered have been repeating in the chat over and over again. Guys, let me explain something to you. And I'm sure Tom agrees with this logic. I want to get his opinion on it. Mo Salah has been bad for 4 or 5 games. Okay? Everyone happy now? Darwin Nunez has been bad for 2 years. Diaz has been bad for at least a year and a half now. Do you understand the difference between a player being bad for 4 games versus a player being bad for 2 years? Why do we equate those two? Why do we sit up here and go like, every winger has been bad at Liverpool Football Club, every forward has been bad at Liverpool Football Club, and we act like someone who's been bad for 4 or 5 games is the equivalent of someone being bad for 2 years? You know, if I showed you all the big chances Nunez has missed over the last 2 years, it's a compilation, it's a 2-year worth compilation. Do you understand that has nothing to do with a guy being bad for the last 4 or 5 games? There you are. Wow, this was his moment to chime in, but never mind. So yeah, Ashraf, that's my point. Mo Salah came back from his injury. You know, he came on as a substitute, I think, in his first game or whatever. And yeah, he's been bad, what, like 4 or 5 games, whatever it is. The fact, this is it. This is it, Aaron. This is it. Mo Salah should be breaking the assist record this season, and it's really not his fault that the players missed the chances. That's just the reality. Big up to Tampa Lion says, Diaz all 4 coat, no nick. There you are. There you are. This is a crazy one. And then he says, Diogo, I love you, but it's time to go. What do you think of this whole Jota situation regarding his injury proneness?
I'm not selling Jota.
You didn't sell him?
No, who can? I know he's injury prone. It's a problem I've got to deal with. Ideally, I don't have to start him 20 games in a row. And I can manage his minutes a little bit better. And we can get him for prolonged periods next season. Ultimately, everyone's looking at it going, well, in my opinion, I look at it and go, if I move Salah up front and I've still got Nunez because I don't think we'll get rid of him, and I've still got Jota, I don't need to buy a striker. I've got 3 good forwards who can all rotate there. I go out and buy wingers. I move Diaz on. I keep Gakpo, and I get 3 wingers. And then we think, and if we also need to stop mollycoddling the players.
You cannot sell everyone. I've always said this.
No, and you can't sell everyone. You got to keep. This is why I'm not touching the midfield. I'm buying one midfielder. I'm buying a DM, and that's it. But I don't really want to get rid of a midfielder. Centre back, I'm only buying one centre back. I don't really want to sell a centre back. The only positions that need wholesale change, in my opinion, are winger and left back. Left back.
We'll actually talk about that now in a second, because this, I think, is a very interesting conversation. Big up to Wayne, who says, respect, Husam, firm, fair, and honest views. Thank you, Wayne. Listen, here's the thing. There are 5 players in this team that I will ride out for. McAllister, Trent, Alisson, Van Dijk, and Mo Salah. Those are the 5 that I will ride out for. By the way, in case you guys are unaware, McAllister have been crap for 3 games. You notice how I haven't been criticizing him? You know why? Because there are players who have been crap for the whole season. I keep the same energy regardless. This is not a Mo Salah thing. This is simply me defending consistency over a longer period of time. Tom, what are you doing? Are you busy texting your girl or something?
No, I'm just seeing an interesting stat that in our seasons where we've actually, properly challenged for stuff, our front 4, so your first choice front 3 and then your main backup, have got close to 70 goals every single year. 68, 67, and 69. If you include all 5 of Liverpool's attackers and Harvey Elliott on top of that, we have 54 this season. If you were to remove Mo Salah out of that, take away 24 goals, you all of a sudden have a front 3 that has given you 30 goals this season. Or a front 4 that has given you 30 goals this season.
Okay. I've seen the one where it's like apparently our shot conversion rate is like the 11th in the league, which is actually insane. There's a guy who just sent me a message. He's been watching the stream.
I cannot justify getting rid of Salah, and I don't see any. There's no good argument for getting rid of Salah ahead of anyone else in this front 3, in this front 5. Really, the arguments I get are, well, you can see he's declining now. Again, I'm not going to judge solely him off a period of time where every single person, bar Gakpo and Gravenberch, have been crap. Diaz has given me games. I feel like I've been a little bit harsh. Diaz has given me moments. He's given me games where I think, oh, you've done well. But there's still the overarching problem of end product.
Yeah, he doesn't have end product. And here's the thing. We have to I want us to just move on to about front 5 and the transfers, like in general, because I feel like that's the conversation we have to unpack here. Before we do that, listen, big up to Wayne, big up to Ashraf, Gagandip, Katsande, Jack, Andrew, and all the people who sent in super chats. I appreciate you guys so much. Please do hit the like button. We're all here talking about the front 5, and you all want everyone to do better, and you guys can't hit the like button. It's a free button, it doesn't cost you any money, and it helps the channel, it helps us grow, because there's 700 people in here, and we are not even on 200 likes. So you're all a bunch of Darwin Nunez's. You're all a bunch of Luis Diaz's in the chat. Hit the like button. Everyone hit the like button right here, right now. 700 people. Let's get to 300 likes ASAP. Let's do it. At least 50%, You guys are moving like the Liverpool team. There's a guy who just messaged me, by the way, who watches the channel. This is what he says. I counted all the chances, shout out to you, Shams. I counted all the chances that Salah created that you would consider tap-ins or one-on-ones this season, game by game. Every game Salah played this season, I went back and counted. Salah, from just putting it on a plate, would have had 23 assists in the Premier League so far this season, and we would have had about 8 more points, no exaggeration. I'm not even counting the crosses for the headers that Nunez or Gakpo missed or any other not easy chances. 23 Premier League assists, record-breaking number of assists from tap-ins. We would have also been 3 points clear top of the league with 3 games left to go, even with the losses to Crystal Palace and Everton.
I just don't see the argument for getting rid of Salah. You go back and remember the season, and you want to say sell Salah. And again, everyone sits there and goes, "Well, when he wasn't here, we were winning games." When also a period of time where Trent wasn't playing, so should we get rid of the Trents? Now everyone wants to keep Trent. So right, okay. So you want to keep your best players, even if you had a decent run of form when they were in the team. Do you want to know what happens to that run of form that we had? Do you want to know Do you want to know when it started to struggle a little bit? When Jota got injured.
Yeah.
The moment Jota dropped out of that front three, it looked very blunt. It looked very, very blunt. You were seeing the same problems. So we go back to it again. What is the justification for selling Salah? And everyone, and I know everyone's going to do this, the mountain out of a molehill people are going to make from the fucking the Salah and Klopp thing. Like Mane didn't have arguments with him. Like Milner didn't have arguments with him. Like Henderson didn't have arguments with him. Like Van Dijk hasn't had arguments with him. Like Fabinho didn't literally get caught on camera telling Jurgen Klopp to go fuck off. But Salah having an argument with him is disgraceful. He should never do that. How dare you disrespect the manager? When it was Henderson, it was good passion. He just wants to be out on that football pitch. Got nothing wrong with that. Two winners wanting to win. I don't get it. People just want to run with these narratives. It doesn't make sense. And there is no world where selling Salah improves the squad either, because you don't replace Salah. If you fail to replace Salah, you weaken the squad. Simple as.
If people genuinely realize this as well, there's another thing that, I think someone mentioned it earlier on, bro. Like, it's just you cannot
Sam,
do the
we still haven't replaced Sadio Mane. We still haven't replaced Sadio Mane, really.
Yeah.
And he was arguably easier to replace than Salah. So how the fuck do you go about replacing Salah? Look at all the top wingers from about 2015 to 2018. What team has replaced them? Bayern, I think, haven't found wingers at the level of Robben and Ribery. And it's hard to say whether Bayern have improved or not because it's Bayern. Hazard, Chelsea have not found a Hazard replacement. God knows they've tried, but they still haven't found one. We've not found a Mane replacement. God knows we've tried, but we still haven't found one. Now you go find a winger with the best levels of output in the world from that position, bar Lionel Messi, in the last decade, and you tell me how easy it is to replace him.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wait. Let's see that again. Let's see that again quickly. Let's see that again. Damn. Wait, so he shakes hands even with the Man United players. Oh, Mane refuses. Oh, shit. That's crazy. I thought this was just a Salah thing.
You can
People
find
think we ride out for Salah for no reason. You know why we ride out for Salah? Because people have changed their energy tenfold. Every single time Mo Salah does something, it's like 100% worse than everything in the world. Mane's done this before. Remember Milner away at West Ham? Remember Mane and Salah's argument away at Burnley? Guys, this is football. Cheeky plug, like and subscribe. This is football. Managers and players have disagreements. Managers and players have arguments. Managers and players have these things happen, bro. At the end of the day, Salah and Klopp have had a disagreement. Salah and Klopp have had a fight publicly. Who gives a fuck? Who cares?
Come on. Klopp has come out and said it's done, it's dusted. He's come out and said that after every one, but apparently this one's the one where no, it isn't. But what are we on about? And again,
why is it different this time? Like
I come back to this. The reason why I'm willing to ride out for Salah and give Salah the benefit of the doubt for the last 7-8 games is because for the first 18 games, the man was the top scorer in the league, the top assist in the league, and the unanimous Premier League Player of the Year.
And the most big chances created in the league.
that's why I'm willing to ride through a run of 7 or 8 bad games, because I don't rule out world-class players being world-class. I don't rule out best players in the league being the best player in the league just because they've had a bad run of form. You know who else had a bad run of form this season? Erling Haaland. Do you think City should be selling Haaland now? Kevin De Bruyne had games where he didn't play well. For a number of years, Kevin De Bruyne's had spells of time where he hasn't really put up numbers, and you know they've been able to mark out the game. As Pep sat there and went, right, time to get rid of him. Time to get rid of him. Go get me Jacob Ramsey. Go get me Eberechi. No. Ultimately, what's ended up happening, our season shit the bed because we had the worst possible combination. We had the worst possible combination happen at the same time. So
I agree with you.
We had so
Everyone
many
basically
injuries.
got injured at the same time as well.
So we had so many injuries. So before January we were fine. Then we had so many injuries occur at pretty much the same time that you only had a core group of starters left who had to play every game. So you couldn't take them out for anyone. So Harvey Elliott was doing 790s in a row. He was doing 790s in a row. Then, so they're doing all them games. They're goosed. They're out on their feet because they haven't had a chance to rest. They've been doing Wednesday, Saturday, Thursday, Sunday, this, that, and the other for 2-3 months. Then all the players who've been out for 3 to 4 months come back in.
Interesting.
All of a sudden, they're not sharp. Sam, that's not even. They come back in. They're not match sharp. They're not match fit. So half your squad is goosed and tired.
Yes,
the other half isn't match fit. You weren't though, because ultimately you didn't predict the injury crisis was going to happen.
You're scared of saying the word fatigue in front of me because you know I'm gonna jump directly and destroy you. But you know, people are saying the Liverpool players
I'll say it. Half our team is fatigued, and I will say
there you are.
But
there you are.
Hold.
Chat. Do you remember all the Husam XCOM littles at the start of the season? He just said the word fatigue. They're tired. Remember who said we should drop the Europa League?
Hold on.
Yes, it was Arsenal mentality, who are currently top of the league.
And
there you are in the chat. Spam, there you are, Tom, in the chat right now. Because did I not warn you in September, November, December, January, and February that he's going to come up here and talk to you about fatigue and how the players are tired? Go on, Tom. Explain to the world.
How many of these injuries were caused by the Europa League? They weren't caused by the Europa League. The Europa League was not the factor there. AFCON caused one of them. Fucking Arsenal caused one of them. Arsenal caused multiple of them, but Arsenal caused 3 of them, actually. You got Trent in the FA Cup, Superchats in the league, and Superchats in the league. The fatigue hasn't affected the squad as a whole. If we had our squad available, the fatigue wouldn't be as bad, would it? But ultimately, we just had a shitstorm of half the squad had to play every game for 3 months, which would never happen normally. And even if I'll say this, do you know how many Europa League games we played in that time? 2. So yes, the Europa League done it. That's why they're fatigued. Them 2 Europa League games. But you know how many FA Cup games we played? 4, 3 or 4.
Yeah, and
we played more FA Cup.
We played more FA Cup games when we were like 11-2 up against Sparta Prague. I have no idea why club done that.
No, but we played the starters that didn't have any match sharpness. I had no issue with that. It was Szoboszlai and Salah and stuff. I had no issue with that. The issue is, I'll run off the players who I think are struggling at the minute. Endo, McAllister, Diaz, Van Dijk, and Canate. They're the 5 that I think fatigue is properly affecting.
Tom, what was the basis level of my argument from the start? I said, play the kids and the fringe players. Thank you so much. Thank you. See, hold that.
No, he disagreed with you.
Play the fringe players. 1 second. I said from the start, play the fringe players and the kids in the Europa League. No one gives a fuck about that competition, and play your starters 38 Premier League games. That's always been the basis level of my argument. Very basic, Tom. It's nothing crazy. Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Konate, anyone but Robertson, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, Salah, Jota, whoever the fuck. That was my argument from the start. Those 11, let them play 38 Premier League games. And the Europa League, let be all the kids and all the French players who don't play on the weekend play in that. That's all.
But
That's
you look
all.
at it, I'm not having the Europa League fatigue where half of the starters didn't even play in most of the games as the main cause of it. I would have agreed in other circumstances, but ultimately the Europa League didn't cause any of the long-term injuries. It was a run of games where everyone was injured at the same time, so we had a core group of 5 or 6 who literally had to play every game. Literally had to play every game. That was how it was. We did rotate some kids in there. To be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed that the likes of Bobby Clark and Jaden Downs had just been shoved off to the side. Thought they were bright when they played. Thought they were giving the team a bit of dynamism. Something that we've desperately missed at this point in the season. You know, Bradley as well. Obviously, he's injured now, but Bradley would have been a nice addition to have at this point as well. The system is broken. The system makes no sense logically from a footballing sense. I mean, I broke it down on my stream, but I can do it again if you want. Our system is focused on being on everything going down the left-hand side, despite the fact our best players are on the right-hand side. So we end up making Mo Salah do fucking Mark Albrighton on the right wing, hugging touchline, putting in crosses. Then you sit there and go, oh no, what's going on here? Why is Salah not getting involved in the game? Because if he's not out there, everything goes over to the left. We get squashed in. We can't get out. The system is broken. The system doesn't make any sense. You need Joe Gomez to play. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but you need Joe Gomez playing. Joe Gomez has to invert. He has to. Joe Gomez inverts. Diaz holds touchline. Salah can tuck inside. There you go. Problem solved. I get Diaz, who I don't like in front of goal anyway, away from goal. And I get my top scorer in front of goal.
Okay, and this is what I want to ask you next now, because we have to look forward to the future, because this season's done, essentially. Big up all the super chatters. We're going to get to you guys in a second. Guys, we're literally under 50 likes away from 300. That's the target. Let's get to 300, at least 50%. Be like Mo Salah, clinical. 2 big chances, 1 scored. Like Diogo Jota, 2 big chances, 1 scored. Hit the like button right now, as exact as my guy Aaron says. Tom Little's channel is in the title. So, Tom, I want to ask you about this summer. This summer, what do we do this summer, man? What do we do this summer? Like, obviously, in terms of transfers, in terms of like all of that, like who do we sell, who do we sign, what do we do? In my opinion, I've already said this yesterday. I want to get your take on it. I think we need a new left back, starting. That is, yeah. I'm doing the Bayern game, Aaron, later on. We need a new left back starter. We need a center back. We need 2 forwards and possibly a DM. I think we need 5 players. That's what I think we need. What do you think we need?
I think that in an ideal world,
before we get to sell, just tell me what do we need first?
A centre back, a left back, a DM, and minimum 2 wingers.
2 forwards in general.
I say wingers because I don't really want one who's like a striker by trade. I want out-and-out wingers who can operate in those areas and beat the fullback and stuff, because I'm moving Salah up front.
Okay, so in terms of the players that you'd sell, who would you get rid of this summer? Shall I tell you my list first, or you want to hear, or you want to say your list?
I mean, I'm going to give a list of players who I would like to sell and who I think are going to go anyway, even if I would prefer to keep them, just because it's logical. Like Kelleher, I prefer to keep Kelleher, but I think Kelleher's gone in the summer. That run of games pretty much cemented that. I think it's time for one of Robertson and Simicast has to go. I don't know which one I'd rather.
Can you be a man and actually say it as this? Can you be a man? Once for all, just go like I was wrong on Andy.
No, I'd rather sell Simicast, to be honest.
There you are.
I'd rather sell Simicast.
But you're so illogical.
I would rather sell
so
Simicast.
Illogical. Me and Mo had the argument yesterday.
Hold on, Husam.
1 second. Me and Mo had the argument yesterday. Let me just tell you 1 sentence. Me and Mo had the argument yesterday. Logically, if you want to get a starting left back, you sell the starter and you keep the backup. Logically.
No, you don't, because if you want to improve the squad, you sell the backup and make the starter the backup.
The backup is better than the starter.
The backup is not better than the starter. The backup is 28 years.
Than Robertson.
The backup is 28 years of age and still doesn't know goal side. The backup is
Can I
shit.
tell you how many crosses Andy Robertson had in the West Ham game that hit first man?
Don't get me started on Robertson's crossing. It's shit. I won't argue
51
that.
seconds, 18th minute, 29th minute, 35th
Mhm,
minute, 37th
mhm.
minute, 52nd
The
minute,
fact you
twice,
counted
one
all
from
this
a
is mad.
corner, one from a cross,
Mhm,
55th minute, 56th minute, 78th minute. These
mhm.
are all of Robertson's crosses, not that were missed or it was a chance missed or whatever. I'm talking about the ones that hit first man.
Mhm. That's fine. Robertson's crossing shit. I know that.
No, but it's not fine. It's time to let go. I don't get why we have this fetish for keeping-
Simicast's defensive problems are worse than Robertson's crossing problems.
Tom, it just makes sense to just keep the backup.
It doesn't make sense to keep the backup. The backup
Also,
is
if you're
shit.
going to be an accountant like you are every summer, how much money are we going to get for Robertson versus Simicast?
Like 10 million more.
Yeah, and I'd rather get the 10 million more.
The difference between Simicast defensively and Robertson defensively is massively different than 10 million.
Yeah, and the difference between them offensively and is also massive.
It's
Why do you
great.
ignore Simicast starting away at the Etihad and pocketing Foden?
Oh my god, James Milner pockets of Foden 1 year.
There you
Pocketing
are.
Foden when he's out wide is not an achievement, is it?
There
Let's
you
be
are.
real.
We pocketed Foden at Anfield when we were playing in a defensive deep low block. That's completely different.
Doesn't change the fact, does it? Look, Simicast is a player who cannot come in out of the cold. Do you agree
This
with
is
me
the
there?
last summer we have any money to get.
Hold on, Sam. Agree with me here. Simicast cannot come in out the cold. You can't not play him for 5 games, then throw him in. He plays shit. Simicast is a player who needs a run of games. That is not something that is a great sort of attribute to have as a backup.
And Robertson's shit even when he consistently gets time.
No, he isn't. Is he?
Yes,
is he,
he
as
is.
good as he once? Is he as good as he once was? No. But is he shit? No.
Oh, he isn't shit. So name the last time he had a good game. If you say West Ham, I'm ending the
It's
stream.
not West Ham. West Ham wasn't a great game for him.
Yeah.
What was the one where
Everton, every single one of his crosses hit first man as well.
Again, I'm not saying Everton. I'm not saying Everton. I think
here I can read that. I can read you the Everton crosses that hit first man too.
I don't need to hear that. I'll go Sheffield United. Look, if I would prefer to keep Robertson. If you want to keep Simicast, you keep Simicast. One of them is going, one of them is staying. Because unfortunately, both should go, and we should get 2 new ones in.
Simicast just because he's Salah's best friend as well.
But both of them should go. Only one of them is going to go. Whoever Edwards decides to sell, that's ultimately what it is. DM wise, we're on sales now, aren't we? But I don't think I'd sell a midfielder, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't sell any midfielder either.
Like,
who are all our midfielders? Endo, McAllister, Curtis, Soboslai, Gravenberch,
Bajcetic.
That's 6. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. And then I'm buying one as well. I'm buying a DM, so that makes 7.
I agree. Who are you buying? Actually, no. Wait. Don't say names.
Yeah.
Positions.
I'm selling Diaz.
I agree.
And I would look to move on Nunez if I got a good offer for him.
Look who they mentioned in the chat.
Fucking hell, I forgot he was alive, you know. Fucking hell, I forgot he was alive, you know. Jesus Christ.
Thiago Alcantara.
Genuinely forgot he existed, you know.
That's a Thiago, you know. Thiago. That guy's made from Weetabix, blood. You have forgotten Matip, by the way, because Matip's going.
Yeah, but I'm not including anyone who I know is going. Like Matip and Thiago were going anyway.
Let me tell you who I think goes. Kelleher, Robertson, Matip. Diaz. I think those 4 leave Liverpool Football Club this summer. I want Darwin Nunez to leave. I would sell Darwin Nunez for 20 million tomorrow if you give it to me. However, it's not going to happen, unfortunately. I think, unfortunately, for all of us, you know, I think the club need to make a strong decision. I hope Edwards makes one egotistical move, which is Darwin Nunez, you were a Klopp signing, bye-bye. I need him to get his get back. I need Michael Edwards to get his get back. Honestly, I need it. I need it so badly because I want Nunez gone. I want Nunez gone for the sake of me, Tom, and all the Liverpool fans' mental health. Like, we actually need him gone just for the sake of mental health because Slot, Klopp, Pep, whichever manager in the world you want, he cannot make him put the ball in the back of the net. It's impossible at this point. It's impossible at this point. Actually, you're saying Diaz stays, in my opinion. Diaz is the one that's most likely to leave out of the whole squad.
Yeah,
Let's go Barcelona, PSG. Come on.
Diaz is the second oldest in the squad, and he's got good interest from PSG and stuff who will pay a lot of money for him.
Yeah, he's gone.
I think everything points to him going. I think everything sort of points to him going. But yeah, like 4 or 5 sales and then 4 or 5 additions, maybe 6.
Okay, let's start with left back because I think that's the easiest position. I've always said left back, Ait Nouri, Robinson, or Estupinian. I like all 3. I have no problem with all 3.
I mean, if Anthony Robinson is, I think, the best player there, but I think he's also just out of the buy range for Liverpool. He's like 26 now.
No, but I don't think we're gonna not sign a player just because he's 26. I don't think
I think we will. I mean, I look at Edwards signings. I think just off the top of my head, I think the only player he signed over the age of 26 was Thiago.
Okay, but Tom, let's be logical.
And Shaqiri. Sorry, I forgot Shaqiri as well.
Yeah, 26 for a guy that's going to be a starter. If he was 28,
I quite like Anthony Robinson. I quite like him. I think he's a very good left back. I think this season he's done a lot of good things. He also is going to be 27 by the time he makes his debut for us.
Okay,
that's the
prime age for a starter. Once again,
yeah, but that's the only thing that's sort of looking in my mind as maybe Edwards might not go for him. I think he's the best bet there, but I see like an 8-0 happening more so sort of thing. But yeah, I like Robinson. I've never really liked Estupinian, I'll be honest.
It's crazy how people's opinions change because at the start of the season he was in like team of the season conversations. Remember?
He was never in my one. I never liked Estupinian.
No, I understand he was in your one, Tom, but the world doesn't revolve around you. We're saying generally he was in people's team of the season. He was. We cannot deny this.
Yeah, he was. I just he's not the kind of left back that I like. I think you can get at him defensively, and I don't want that. Personally, I'd go Robinson, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's Aït-Nouri. Or no, who I want is Ian Maatsen. I'd move mountains to get Ian Maatsen in. I think he's the best bet for a left back, but I think Borussia Dortmund are going to have first bids on that, so probably won't get him. But Ian Maatsen is like the ideal one. Beyond that,
how about that Pearce guy from Bournemouth?
I don't think it's the right time in his career yet.
See what I deal with every day on YouTube? Deal with it for once, please, Tom. Can you please deal for me?
I don't want to, Husam. I don't want to. I came here for a good time. I didn't want to have to deal with this.
Please, just one time, deal with it for me, please. Because he dribbles. Just give me one, Tom. Just one.
Luis Diaz's end product is why he's not been our best forward this season. The job of a forward is to score goals and get assists. Luis Diaz is the worst at both of them in our squad. Luis Diaz is about to play 100 games for the football club and has only just hit 10 assists. If that's simply not good enough. Simply not good enough.
See guys what I have to deal with every fucking day on YouTube? Luis Diaz is our best forward. Why? Because he dribbles. Anyway, carry on, Tom. So left back, what were you saying about Karkas?
Yeah, I just think it's too soon in his career for that. I think if he'd have moved to Bournemouth last season and he'd had 2 seasons under his belt, it'd be a little bit more likely. But I think Matten's my first choice, Robinson's my second choice. I know he's my third choice.
Say that again, in order again.
Maatsen, number 1, Robinson, number 2, and Aït-Nouri, number 3.
Why are you so big on Maatsen, though? You're the first guy that I've spoken to.
I think he ticks all them boxes. I think because
me
I
what
think
boxes.
he's very good going forwards. Very good going forwards. And Arnie slot system, the left back has to go forward and be effectively a winger. And I also think as a defender, provided that he's got the right support around him, he's not a weakness.
Udogie is not going to happen, Tampalion. Udogie is not happening. This club is not going to go deal with Daniel Levy and give him 100 million for a left back.
No. Plus, he just signed a new deal.
No, even forget the fact that he signed a new deal. You know what it is dealing with Daniel Levy anyway.
Yeah, I can't be bothered with that. But yeah, I think Machin would be my first choice. Then Anthony Robinson. Then Aït-Nouri. Because Aït-Nouri to me is more of a wing back than a full back.
I agree with that.
So I can't.
I don't know if Aït-Nouri would be the perfect, probably City left back.
Aït-Nouri would have been perfect if we had Amorim coming in and we were playing with a back five.
Very well. You're still not over it, yeah?
No, I am. I'm just saying that Aït-Nouri to me is a wing back.
If Amorim goes to Chelsea, will you be listening to sad songs in the summer?
No. I've got a ball bastard who's going to win me the league. I'm all right.
There you are. There you are. It's unbelievably fraudulent from Thomas. So, midfield. Who are you getting, DM?
DM's one that I haven't really had a great think about because
there isn't that many available, to be fair.
I don't know the market necessarily well. I know that the club really like that Koopmeiners that play for Atalanta. And I know that Slot managed them at AZ.
That's not Linders, though, to be fair.
Yeah, but Slot managed them at AZ as well.
Never going to happen, Toka. Michael Edwards is back.
We're not paying that much for a 29-year-old.
Yeah, forget paying. The age is just too much. Not going to happen.
There's the Alan Varela guy from Porto, who I know we liked last year. But
by the way, we could go back in for Andre now that Michael Edwards is here because he does recommend South American players a lot of the time as well.
Michael Edwards likes his DMs to win aerial duels. Andre does not win aerial duels. To be honest, I wouldn't be too shocked if we tried to get Koopmeiners in, you know.
Okay, really fair enough. Centre back.
I think he's the
DM,
kind of guy
Tom, the reason why I'm interrupting you is actually I think not even the club could be able to tell you who they want right now. It hasn't been unpacked yet.
Edwards will know, but we have no idea what he's after for.
No, but even Edwards, I don't think has planned out the DM thing yet because that market right there is very dodgy. Like he just has to be patient with it.
Centre back I think that's a position where you could see him go shopping in the Championship or something.
Yeah, Archie Gray and shit. Centre back.
Yeah. Centre back wise, that
one's another easy one for me.
I like the idea of that William Pacho kid. I think he looks very good for Frankfurt. His numbers are quite good as well. And if you wanted to add another one on top of that, you'd go and get Adebayo on a free.
Behave, Aaron. Okay.
The only issue I've got with Pacho is he's very left-footed and Van Dijk plays on the left, doesn't he? So I don't know necessarily how that would 100%.
If we go to Crystal Palace, it won't be Anderson. It'll be Guehi.
Yeah, and Guehi also plays on the left. And again, that's part of my reason why.
If we go to Palace, it's going to be Guehi, brother. It's not even going to be Anderson to begin with.
I mean, the dream scenario
it will be Guehi.
My dream scenario will be go to Barca, say, look, you don't need to pay for Diaz.
Araujo.
We'll give you Diaz. You give us Araujo, and you get Van Dijk and Araujo.
Shake hand right now, Tom. Shake hand. Shake my hand, Tom, right now. You know, I'm the one guy that's been saying this all year long. You can ask the chat; they'll vouch for you. They'll vouch right now. I said, listen, call Barcelona. Go like, listen, you take Diaz, give me Araujo. Telling you right now,
Araujo and Van Dijk will be a naughty little partnership.
Yo, that will be a great deal right there. Great deal.
And if you put them alongside
them, you can have Nunez, give me Chouameni.
Oh yeah, and then they fucking laugh us off the phone. When we try and buy him 3 years, like still gonna remember when you wanted Nunez. Yeah, this price 20 million more for you now, dickheads.
Call Real Madrid and go like this. I think
the problems that Araujo has, the problems that Araujo's had this year in terms of his rashness and stuff, playing alongside Van Dijk will sort that out.
Yeah. Because Konate was very rash himself.
Van Dijk made Dejan Lovren look competent.
That is true.
Like,
Van Dijk would
Van
make Tom
Dijk.
Little look competent, and he's incompetent at YouTube.
Whoa. But look, I don't think Araujo and the Araujo Diaz swap would happen, so I'd probably go William Bacho.
And now this is where we unlock the most difficult part, Tom.
The winger.
We've got the forwards, the two forwards.
I know exactly who I'd buy. Exactly who
Who?
I'd buy. Mohamed Kudus.
80 million.
He's got a release clause of 65 apparently.
Not gonna happen, bro. I just think it's too much money.
Nico Williams from Bilbao
Okay.
and Somerville.
You know who the club want to buy, right?
Somerville.
And there's another guy they're
Who's
interested
the
in.
other one?
I'm not sure if they will buy, but they're interested in, unfortunately.
Who's the other one?
Pedro Neto.
Fucking up for 5
Me
games.
and you
that'll be
both
phenomenal.
wouldn't do it because he's too injury prone, but the club like him, unfortunately.
Be really good for 5 games. That woo.
Yeah.
And then he does this, and then his hamstring blows up on a counter attack, and then we've got no winger for 3 months. That'd be great.
This is the game.
I would splash the bank. Let's bear in mind you're going to sell Diaz for 75, 30 for Robertson.
I'm telling you who
20
the
for-
club like, by the way, not who I would get.
Yeah. But I'm just trying to go by in my head. 75 for Diaz. Bear in mind the club should already be operating on a 100 million budget anyway this summer, just as a base.
Bro, Chatra, big up to Mo Chatra. He said we could spend 500 million without breaking FFP. Liverpool and Spurs were the only two big 6 clubs who could spend in January without breaking FFP rules. The 110 million for Caicedo is still there, by the way. It's still in the bank.
Mm-hmm. So I think you've got a good start.
And we're selling Diaz.
And then you take the 75 for Diaz. You take I'm going to use Robertson just for an example. You take the 30 million for Robertson. You take the 20 million for Kelleher. And then there might be 1 or 2 additional youth player sales in there. But I can't include Nunez because I don't think he's going to go. But if I include, let's just say, for example's sake,
I hope Edward does the biggest fuck you and just sells Darwin Nunez. That would be the best thing.
Maybe he does, but I'm just saying, for example's sake, you take Tyler Morton. Tyler Morton gets sold for 15 million, and then a bunch of other kids get sold for combined 10, 15. That gets you about 120, 130 in itself. So you've got 230 million to work with there. You go by Kudus, you go by Nico Williams, you go by Somerville. That's it sorted. That's your attack sorted for the next 5 years. Don't need to touch about.
I don't like the Somerville signing.
You don't like the Somerville signing? Why not?
No.
Why not?
I don't like it.
I think it's good. I think it's a proper Edward signing. Especially if Leeds don't come up.
Thing is, in terms of price tag as well,
I'd pay 30, 40 mil for him. And if they don't come up and he's aggravating for the move, it's a smart move.
They're gonna ask for a shitload of money.
Again, it depends on if they come up.
They're gonna ask for 60. You know this. They're not gonna They ain't trying to do no 30 million deal. You know this.
No, I know that you're not gonna get him for the days where you buy a Wijnaldum from a recently relegated side for 20 million are gone. But if they don't come up and he's just one player of the year in the championship as a whole, they kind of can't hold him to ransom. Because as good as he is,
but for 60 million we can get Kvaratskhelia.
For how much?
60 million Kvaratskhelia.
You're not getting Kvaratskhelia for 60 million.
We are, because Napoli finished 9th. They don't even have Champions League football. 60 million pounds.
There's no way you get Kvaratskhelia.
Brother, Napoli's done out here, bro. What do you think? They have any bargaining power? They don't have any bargaining power.
I don't believe you get Kvaratskhelia for 60 million. That's why I've not even considered them. And I won't consider them because I don't believe that. I believe that even if you try to get him for 60, all of a sudden it becomes a bid more and it goes to 80 and it goes to 90 and all of a sudden you're sitting there going, fucking hell. I see Somerville costing about 35 to 40.
60 million down the drain. Kvara scores again. Samina.
And then Nico Williams has a release clause of 45-ish in his Bilbao contract. So that's a no-brainer for me. And then Kudus is the most expensive, or apparently he's like 65 million release clause.
No, but we're not going to sign 3 forwards, Tom. The ones that you mentioned. No, but hear me out. The ones that you mentioned.
I think you sign 3 forwards if you get rid of both.
Tom,
Nunez
the ones that you
Diaz.
mentioned, we're going to sign 2, not 3.
If you're going to sign 2, then it's got to be Kudus and Somerville. Then, but I'd be gutted to miss out on Nico Williams. I think you sign 3, and then you just. To be honest, I could see the sign
is not consistent enough.
I disagree with that. I think that his goal scoring numbers aren't, great, but his creativity numbers are really good. And ultimately, when you move to a side like Liverpool, who are going to be more dominant, and bear in mind, it's just that this year he's had a 4-goal season, but in years gone by, he was hitting double figures. So it's not like he can't score goals. It's just that this year he's been more in his creative bag. So I look at that and then go, to be honest, if you were to give me the opportunity, if Nunez can't go, but I had to sell a forward to bring in those 3, I'd probably consider.
But why Nunez can't go though? That's the part that I just don't get from you.
I just don't see the club. I could see it going, but I just don't see a club offering value.
You see Diaz leaving, right? Me and you agree on that.
Yes, because you're getting really good money for him.
But what's stopping for Nunez from going then? That's what I don't get.
Because we're getting 75 million for Diaz. That's why it's a no-brainer. What club is going to pay an acceptable value to the football club? Because we paid 75 million right now.
Which release clause has he? Which thing of his money has he hit?
So we
had
the appearance one there, yeah.
Okay.
So it went from we have to pay like 11 million.
I think we sell him for 50, take a 20 million loss now because it will get worse. It'll get worse.
Maybe I just don't see it happening, Husam. As much as I would really consider it to bring in the forwards that I want, I just don't see it happening, unfortunately. I really just don't.
Bottom line now, Tom Little has to get off the fence and tell me 5 players he would sign this summer, full stop. Say them in a row. Get off the fence. Go on right now. Give me names.
Somerville, Kudus, Nico Williams, Ian Matson.
That's already 3.
William Pacho.
And who's the left back?
Ian Matson.
My 5 would be...
You're probably going to go two attackers and then add a DM in there instead, aren't you?
Yeah, my 5 would be... To be honest with you, I'll be so real. Left back and centre back, I'm so not bothered because I feel like the markets are so good.
The issue
if
with
we sign Robertson, okay. If we sign Aitnouri, okay. If we sign Estupinian, okay. If we sign even Madsen, okay. I'm really not bothered. I'm gonna be honest with you. Why should I sit up here and cry about a position that I think is filled in the market right now? And it's the same with centre back. It's exactly the same with centre back. You want to go Inacio, you want to go Hinchcape, you want to go Antonio Silva, whoever you want to go. I'm calm, bro. I'm fully calm with it.
Right, hold on. Sorry, Sam. Who the fuck has just put in Rodrigo, João Neves, Van der Ven? We addressed that we're not going to get Udoji because we don't want to deal with fucking...
Ayman is a little bit...
We don't want to deal with Daniel Levy, so we go and try and buy his best centre-back this season. Then you go to Benfica, who already have a £100 million release clause for João Neves. And then you go to Real Madrid and go to Rodrigo. I know you're about to play with Vinicius, Mbappe and Bellingham, but do you want to fuck all that off and come play with Diaz and Nunez? And then watch him laugh us out the room.
He's going to hang up directly. Okay, let me just get off the fence as well, since I asked Tom to get off the fence. I'm going to go Robinson. I'm going to go Inacio. I still like him. I'm going to go...
My issue with Inacio is he's not played in the back 4.
I don't give a fuck. I'm signing Inacio. I like him.
Okay.
I'm going to go Kvaratskhelia. Going to go Ivan Toney.
Okay. You do realise that Ivan Toney's never happened, by the way.
And I'm going to go... I need a DM who's an absolute bastard. I need a destroyer DM. That ginger brother from Feyenoord, get him. Weaver.
Matt Weaver is far from a destroyer. Do you know what? Do you know if I was after a DM, what I would seriously consider?
Who?
I'd ring up PSG and go, Ugarte. Can we talk?
Look who he wants a year later. The same guy that I wanted all summer last year, Tom. Tom, you just have to admit you just don't know ball and you learn it from me. Like at
No,
this point.
because you're acting like I didn't know who Ugarte was. He came from Sporting, Husam. I
There you
knew
are.
Ugarte. I
There you
knew
are.
Ugarte.
A summer later, he wants the guy that I wanted last summer, chat. You see why Tom Little's a fraud? Today he said fatigue and Ugarte. That alone proves that Husam has won every single Tom Little, to be honest. Husam has won every single stream. There you are. There you are. There you are, bro. There you are. Ali, can you stop saying Ornstein and just post the tweet?
Well, Ornstein said Liverpool are looking to sign a wide player this summer. So, winger.
Yeah, we all know
Look,
that already.
People
Shock.
are desperate for anything, though.
Shock. The guy said winger and this guy's in the chat. Ornstein. Yeah, calm down. Calm down.
I think you're right, Tim. I think you need. It all depends on what slots. If Slot wants to use Salah on the right, my plan goes.
If
up in
Slot
smoke.
wants to shut the fuck up and let the nerd do the job, I would appreciate it much more. That's what I want. Because the downfall of this football club started when we allowed the manager and his assistant to start making transfer decisions.
The structure
That's when it
is
started.
the most important.
So you know what I want
thing
Slot
in
to
a
do? This is what
football.
I want Slot to do. I want Slot to shut the fuck up and be the coach and shut the fuck up. Simple. That's what I want. Slot, who do you want? Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Go fuck yourself. That's what I want. The whole
most
downfall of Liverpool
important
started when we
thing
allowed
in a football club is
people who
structure.
like Pep Linders to make transfer decisions. Simple. So from now on, I don't want Slot to get involved in this transfer process. Regardless whether you're Slot in or Slot out, you should agree. Let Michael Edwards do his job and Slot be quiet. Simple. Simple.
The most important thing in a football club is structure. We threw away all our structure to back Jurgen Klopp, and we saw the issues with throwing away a structure.
Yeah.
Now we have had to pay big money to get that structure back. I'm not going to do the same thing again.
He's come back to cook you. That's the Joao Neves guy.
I mean, I said Gakpo would be key in a title race, and so far Gakpo has been key in a title race. Well, he's been our best player in the title race, in the title running, hasn't he? Because fucking hell, no one else has been good.
When Carefrey Lewis said he's not Chelsea, hold that.
I mean, didn't Matt Lord also come out today and say Chelsea vehemently deny any negotiations with Amorim?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I expect Pochettino to be Chelsea coach.
Don't get me wrong. I told Husam privately what I think Amorim's going to do. I told him like be a couple streams ago that I think he wants a Chelsea because he wants to go be Mourinho 2.0. But I'm not honest. I've got a beautiful ball bastard to come in and manage my football club, and I've got the best transfer committee around him. That's all I'm after now.
Anyway, let me do the super chats before we get out of here. Chat, let's get to 300 likes ASAP. Are we on 300 likes? Or not yet? Let me check. We are on 300 likes. Well done, chat. We have hit 50%. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. We'll get to the super chats now in a second. Nunez and Diaz lost us the league, is what Todor says. Do you agree with this?
No, because don't blame one player for losing the league. I think our defense has been quite shit as well. Let's keep it real. Our defense, when you're conceding first in like 17 out of 34 games in the Premier League, that's not good enough. And you can't expect to win the league when your defense is that bad. I can't look at just one person and say they lost the league, but in front of goal, yes, Nunez and Diaz have been really poor this season, as they have been the whole Liverpool career, really.
Pearce. Mo makes up about 50% of your GA, but sure, sell him, idiots. This is a Newcastle fan, by the way. Sell Jota too. He's too injury prone for you. Sign an elite centre back, left back, and a striker, and you'll be mint, is what Felipe says. I'm so glad, Felipe. Guy, chat, clinical. You've been here all stream long shouting about the Salah thing. All the people who cry about the Salah thing. Felipe is a Newcastle fan. Does he have an agenda too? What do you want to say, Tom?
I disagree with the striker part because I want to move Salah up top because as much as I don't, it comes down to the fact that I want to preserve his time at the top, and I think he's at the point in his career where he should go up front now. I mean, I think, and this might be a little bit controversial, I think Salah's best performance across the last 2 years was when he was up front against City at home when we won 1-0. And he was bullying Ake, he was bullying Diaz, he was bullying Akanji. He bullied each and every fucking one of them. If he can do that for me up top, but it also means he gets in front of goal more often. That's the move.
I believe there's an ego. Big up to Ed who says, I believe there's an ego too. All these kids and bench players kept us alive and played well and got benched again when the players returned.
I wouldn't say it's an ego thing. I just say let's be honest. When Salah came back from injury, everyone wanted Salah back in the side. When Trent came back from injury, everyone wanted Trent back in the side. The issue has been that he's not been willing to change back and give these kids that got us in this position chances again. That's where I think he went wrong.
Trent as well, like, the free kick goal he scored, the creativity he's shown. Bro, people are getting onto Trent's back as well. That's the thing that's actually How are you talking about Trent, bro? Like, Trent Alexander-Arnold, the best right back in the world, and you're chatting shit about him. Come on, man. Big up to Tamperline says, hit the like button, subscribe, be clinical, unlike our forwards. Yes, sir. Big up to Husam's fan. Dunk on that fraud, Tom Little. He says, thank God Tom is not our sporting director. Cry, Tom. Cry. Hold that. Man said Ian Matson. I'm going to let him have it because me and him are going to argue all the summer long anyway. So, yeah. Big up to you. I'd pay myself for someone to take Nunez, is what Toka says. Tom, would you pay for someone to take Nunez?
No, because then I've lost money.
Oh, my God. This guy, bro, you're the one who's doing Salah slander. Now you're laughing at the people doing Trent slander. Tomato, habibi. Anyway, listen, guys, we're going to be redirecting to the football terrace. I just posted the comment. I want you guys to all go copy paste in the chat. The chat I just commented. Let's all go take over the football terrace and spam Husam Raid in the chat. Copy paste this chat right now into this chat box to show me that you've copy pasted. You're ready to raid. Tom Little's channel is in the title. It's no longer in the description. We have upgraded him. His channel is now in the title. You can go subscribe to Tom Little on YouTube, Twitter, Insta, the works with a 1. You get me? Big up to you, Tom. Thank you so much for joining us. Husam Raid, right now. Everyone go to the football terrace and stay on the stream because it'll take you over there. Big up to Andrew. Big up to Ed. Big up to Felipe, Todor, Andrew, Wayne, Ashraf, Toka, Husam's fan, Gagandeep, Kat Sunday, and Jack Salman for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Husam Raid, spam it in the chat right now. And yeah, I'm going to see you guys in the chat over on the football terrace. Big up, Tom. Big up to all of you in the chat. See you guys back as well for the Bayern Real Madrid game. Toodles.